Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Welcome everyone to the video. Thank you for joining me today. This is Influence, if you didn't know. And today I got LimoStudio's MS-04, I believe. I don't know what that is, but I think this is MS-04. It may be somewhere else on the box, but this is the train bot. This is rating their LimoStudio's take on Shouki, I think. I don't know. The name would be, I would never say that name again because I know I'm butchering it. Name would probably be in the description. So this is their train bot. He's the younger or the older brother of Yakuza. I don't know much about these guys, but I do know that I like them. Now this is probably my least favorite one. It still looks great, but it does have some QC issues just off the bat. And you see the 360, you see this monstrosity back here. That also is a contention for me and everything. So let's get it off the 360 and let's talk. So right out of packaging, my initial thoughts was more of the same, which is great. More of the same. Just looking at it, it does come in robot mode. There is a few things that you need to do to get it into normal mode, and that's take out these feet, and I can't remember what else. I think you had to turn them around. I think they were turned around the other way, so these feet were in the in position, and we'll show it. And you're seeing a little bit of why I said there's some issues with this guy. Some of the issues I saw right out the box. I don't really like the way this looks. It kind of looks unfinished. It's not together. And noted, granted, what they had to do with this is kind of amazing to me, because it turns into the upper body, and it is a train and it's a robot, and I think it does pull off all three modes pretty successfully. These flats back here, I don't really like them. There's not much you can do about them. I mean, they do move. You can move them up here like this. If you got a picture and you don't want to see it, you can kind of block it, and then it's not hanging down. That's pretty much all you can do. Like, you can't really do much with this. You can put them on the side if you want them on the side like that. I don't know who would want them on the side like that, but I don't think that's accurate anyhow. I think most of this guy is accurate, pretty accurate, just like the other ones. Except for these arms. I don't think I saw the arms in the picture. I'll probably post the picture. What else? Like I said, mine had a bunch of QC. There's a bunch of QC issues on this guy. Also, when transforming into train mode, there's a couple pieces that are really hard to get past. If you're new here, please think about subscribing if you like the video. But also, I have chapters in the description and maybe in the comments, because I am not somebody that's going to be fast. I'm going to be very thorough, and I usually transform this step by step. So I have chapters to help you if you just want to see the transformation, if you just want to see the just review, you just want to see the robot, you just want to see I'm gonna transform it into all three modes. I'm not going back to robot because I'm transforming this into the torso, the upper torso, and I'm leaving it like that. So after that little 5-minute intro, let's go. We can go over accessories. He doesn't have a lot, which I like. First, he has his gun. More of the same as far as the gun goes. It's nice. Has nice silver pieces right there. Has a little bit of yellow in there. Okay, that wasn't yellow, that was a piece of lint. And so let me retract that statement. You got silver, and that's it. And it's black. I don't know if it's painted. It does look kind of painted. Has a little metal flake. You get the couplers. I think that's what they're called. I've been calling them that in all the reviews. So you get the couplers that go on the train to connect the trains. Same there, same type. It's magnetic, and I do like that. You get his chest piece, which is the final accessory, which is really nice painted. Got the yellow paint in the bottom on those things. Got the silver, whitish silver, the blue. I love this blue. I do like his color better, I think better than any of the other ones. Just the color scheme, the blue and white is nice. All of them are nice, and they match, like they fit together. So yeah, you got that, and you also have a magnet here that helps it stick on. And you see, I'm just using this as an example. It doesn't supposed to, but it's a magnet, so helps with staying on the front. Then we have the box. The box is more the same, of course. You got in scale pictures on the side here of the train. You got the alt mode, the back, the front, alt mode, and you got in scale picture on the other side. It's more the same. I like the boxes. I like the plastic it comes with. The directions I'm not even going to show because they were useless. I didn't even take them out the package. I didn't make that mistake this time, and I actually transformed this. It took me a while, but I figured it out myself. And there's a couple pieces I had to look up. I'm not sure. I found a video. I don't know what video it is. It was where they just basically, they didn't talk. They just transformed this guy. So there was a couple pieces that I missed, a couple things, and I'll show you that you got to pull down, and pieces that you got to pop out in order for different modes. They're the only thing I couldn't figure out. Everything else I figured out while I was just fooling with it. But I needed help with that video, so just for transparency, I'll touch on this again. This is a pin. There are a few QC issues. This is one of them. You see how loose this is? It's a pin there. Granted, I'm just going over this stuff just so you guys can know. I'm never having it in robot. It's going to be in combine mode probably for the rest of his life span. But this one's pretty strong, so that's not an issue. These flaps, again, I already said that. This in here is kind of hard to get out. Well, you gotta, when you first get it, it's 2 pegs, and I will show you. It's a peg here that you can stick that into, and there's a peg right here. You see the peg right kind of on the back side, that is the same peg that falls into there. And it's on his chest. Once you do that, it's fine. See his face sculpt. I'm gonna bring in the other members of the team so we can compare them as well in a minute. But let me finish up with the paint. It's just the blue and white is really nice. I think it's broken up really good. It has the white here, little white arrow there. Got 2 yellow there. That's done pretty well. There's a little bit of lightness, but I mean, that's a nitpick. These are off, but I think they're supposed to be off. I think it's by design. I think maybe because of the way this is, I don't know, maybe it's not by design, but they're both a little off. I know stuff like that. It's just a nitpick. It's not like really anything crazy. This right here bothers me. These are supposed to stay like this. I don't know why. Maybe they could have put a, well, I don't know if they could have put a tab. No, not really. Because maybe you could have lifted this up and they would have had a tab there and you can push it back down. Because I don't know. The only reason these move is because on the train it needs to move. Because they don't move in transformation any other time. But when they come together, they can move like this just to steer the train. All right, so let's bring in comparisons. And this is how he looks next to the rest of the guys that are out. I actually love that they are different sizes. I like that he is so big. And then these guys are the same, of course, because they're different parts of the robot. But I just think it makes a better team, because I don't like when the team is all the same size, especially when they're different vehicles or different type of vehicles. You know, this wouldn't be a bad choice if somebody, and actually this, for 6 robots, this team is pretty affordable. I would say comparable to some of the other cabiners that have 5. About the same. Let's hit articulation. So we got down, we got up. You can actually get this neck up a little bit more if you want even more down, and a little bit, and you can get it up to get a lot more up. You can see this like this, but I mean, if you want those poses. And then you got side by side and all over, and of course he spins all the way around. Shoulder, it's on like a hinge. You can open this to get it a little bit better. It does move more than just the up, but if you can see, this kind of blocks, kind of gets in the way, and you can get it about that much. This down, it's not that much, about that much, but you can move this arm like this up here closer to his body, or you can move it out further like I had it. It's all preference. Spin around 360. He does have a double jointed elbow, kind of. It's like inside joint here. I like that they did that to give him a little extra articulation, where you can get it all the way, but not all the way up because of all this bulk. But you see, this is really this hinge and then this hinge right here. So you got that. You can get it more than 90 degrees. It's just not all the way up. You got the bicep swivel, which is super tight though, and you can see this is coming apart a little bit. That's a gripe, but it doesn't happen often if you do have this stuck. I might as well show you now. So there's a little notch there. If that notch was a little deeper, it probably would be better. And then you have this notch here that goes in there, and then that notches onto here. So when you first get it, you do that, and then you notch this. And I don't think it goes in there deep enough. I think that's more of an issue. There we go. Well, it goes in pretty good, but I think that's more of an issue though. There we go. Like I said, the bicep swivel is tight, but you can get one. You got the hands that spin and are on individual knuckles. You got the bottom knuckle and the second knuckle for all the fingers, and then the thumbs is just on a hinge ball joint and a hinge at the top of the ball joint. No other knuckle or anything. You got that. You get a ab crunch that's ever so slightly, and it actually helps to use this ab crunch during transformation. And I like that the skirt is spring loaded and it slides down, so you can actually utilize the ab crunch if you want. You got individual skirts here, and of course these back things, if you call them skirts. Soft ratchets front and back. He definitely does the hurdles really well, doesn't fail, even though it's soft ratchets. And then side to side, of course, there's no ratchet side to side, which a lot of companies are not doing. I understand why, because the A stance, but you just make softer teeth, maybe. So it does fail. And you see that ankle. Ankle is that is a bad thing. Like that's QC. Then you get the knee, which is soft ratcheted, just pretty good, doesn't fail. Get about 90 degrees. Don't think it does actually look, I don't think it is. I thought it was double jointed, but I think that's for transformation. Then you get these ankles. This ankle is just, this one over here is fine. This one just has all types of issues. This doesn't stay, really. There's a little tab, well, kind of soft tabs into all this stuff right here. And that doesn't work. This one works fine. I don't know why. And of course this over here, but you do get this rocker, this crazy rocker. And you can get the toe down if you really need to. Really, like I said, you're not supposed to, because this is supposed to be together and it keeps the toe like that. So I don't know if I should count that or not. But you can't really get a toe down and toe up, so I won't count that. And this is really the heel spur, but it's not anything big. And I think that's it. And I haven't found a way. I guess you can rest it like that, but I haven't found a way to have this on in robot mode, really. Maybe that's what it's supposed to do. Maybe supposed to just have it on there like that. Use it as a shield. I don't know if you ever did that or not, but that's what it is. Let's get into the transformation. Pull this out now. It's time. Pull that out, or pull this out, because I'll forget if I don't. Well, not all the time, but sometimes. And then you rock this back here. Have this like this, and then this goes in the front here like this. Is on there, and that's pretty much it. So over here you do the same thing. Move this out, move this, rock this down into the back here, fold this out like that, rock this around and tab on to the front. There we go. And you can kind of see it's forming the little windows. I think they thought about a lot, even despite the issues. This is still a nice figure. They thought about a lot of things. Yeah, so there's a lot of panels, a lot of stuff in the way, and I'm behind the camera, so please bear with me. Open these right there. Then you can open this. Gotta open that. That's scary. It does get stuck, because when you're going back, this goes over that, and it's not like great. It's not a great fit. So you open that, and the way this stays open is this little piece right here. You pull it down. Is on the other one, I think it's very, very hard. I don't know. I didn't push them all the way up when I went back, so that could be what it is. But it's this piece in the upper leg right here. I couldn't tell what they were doing at first, but you pull that down, clip that in there, and that's what keeps this from folding down and doing all types of stuff that you don't want it to do. And then you can put this in here. This is another thing right here. At first I thought it was QC. It doesn't look great, but I think it's supposed to be that way. I think they had to add in the piece later or something, or maybe the paint came off from tabbing it into here. Maybe why they were, because you tab it like this. This hole is very tight, and it's hard to get this other leg out the way because it keeps making the camera out of focus. But it's hard to get in there, as it makes a liar out of me. Maybe because it's the second, third time I've done this. But that is just an extra panel. It looks like you can't really, yeah, there you go. You can see it there. I thought it was crackage in the paint, but it's on this side as well. But you do the same thing over here. Let me get this off of here. And that one's a little bit better, but you see this. I still don't want to break it, but I'm not worried about scratching paint off. And there you go. Push that down there on that tab. Then put this together like this. Get this like this. And again, second time is the charm, I guess, because it's not as tight anymore. You know, it's always tight the first time. So what you gonna do, what you gonna do. So now you want to turn this around, like not the whole leg. You want to turn this at the knee around, and this is going to be the final for the back. Pull this out, move this up just to get it out the way for now. Move this head out, which is the carboner head, and you split it. split it like that. Now this is another QC issue. This is really tight and it's gonna fall off. Yes, it did. I think I pretty much broke it. Luckily it has a lot more that it tabs in with. It's not just this, so it doesn't seem like it'll come off because of these tabs right here. They're pretty strong, pretty long. But yeah, this definitely, I believe, is broke because it just keeps falling off now. Now this is gonna go lay down here. I'm gonna do it now. I'm not sure if you should, but at least I'm gonna put it in there like this for now and worry about it later, because it wants to sit up here later. It wants to really like sit up further, like up in this area like this, but I think it's gonna get in the way right now, so I'm just gonna push that back and leave it like that. Now we're gonna work on all this. Move this head out like that, move this out here. Now as you're getting this out, if this ain't completely straight, you won't be able to get it through. Once you get it through, you want to spin it around like that, but for now you just leave it like this. Move this up here. This can get super tricky. So now pull this out of here like that. Gonna work on these arms. Move this out like that. Then you can move this, unfurl this, unfurl this. You kind of got to leave it there. Now make a fist and move this in as best as you can. Make the best fist that you can, then move it in, and this is gonna accordion up into here, and this fist should be good because you need it to be. And it sits like that. Now this I don't like because it doesn't tab on anything until you're done. So when you're doing all this mess and you got it like this and you're waiting, and it's pretty much just like this, and this is gonna fall down and get messed up, but nothing you can do about it. Same thing over here. Move this, you can move this down and then move this up like this. Get this out, just unfurl. Then move the, my fingers got loose too. They seem like, oh wait, the thumb does have a knuckle. Sorry about that. I didn't see that knuckle there in the other one. That is the thumb, right? Yeah. I think so. No, they got, is that the thumb? It looks longer than this thumb. Maybe not. No, it is. So that's why I had trouble with this side. This has a finger on the thumb where the thumb should be. So I guess I found another another QC issue. This is a finger. This is one of these fingers because it has the knuckle here. This over here is the thumb. It doesn't have a knuckle and it's shorter, so it fits better in there. This doesn't fit great because it's, like I said, it's the finger, so it doesn't fold down. That's probably why it wasn't fitting right. All right, so it's a mess right now. So then this you can pull up. Just leave it like this for now. This just comes up. You can flip that out or leave it. Doesn't really matter at this point. Now we gotta get full with this. This goes up like this. It's gonna come it's gonna come like this. It's on a hinge. You see that hinge? The hinge comes up like that. And you see this head fell off. Just leave that off. While you got this up, you can fold this up here like that. That's the final place. And then this you want to rock all the way tight against the body. It's the upper arm right here. And this should lay parallel to this, like kind of flat. And that's how you want it. So let's see if I can get it right. There we go. Just like that. So you want it tight to the body like that. If you don't have it like that, it'll be just such a bigger headache than it already is. So now you pull this up. I'm trying to show it as best as possible. Like I said, fold this up while you got that out, and then rock this. You see what I mean? All this stuff right here just gets just crazy. There we go. Now this folds into the body. And you got to kind of move it around, this stuff in here, in order to get this where it needs to go. And if you can, and then I just leave it like that because you want to unfurl all this right here. And you probably could do that before you did all this, but I'm just doing it as you got to do it, or as you know, as it comes. So now I pull this out a little bit on there to get all this away from this. And then you can just unfurl this stuff right here. Like I said, it's intuitive, but it's just so much going on. Fold that up. Eventually that's going to be up here like this. Can't forget about that head because I want to leave it on, so it's just how you would have it. So unfurl this and then unfurl that like that. And you see what's going on. You see how intuitive it is. But again, all this up here is just it's a mess and it's hard to get together. So let's put this in here like this. Yeah, it sits about right there, and it's fine. The first time I did it. Now you can close this back up. And before you do that, make sure you have this like sitting right there. Again, my bad. It's just not cooperating tonight. Move these out. Then you over and under. Gotta kind of lift up on them and try to get everything together as you lift up, so they go together. And so now let's get this together. We can kind of fool with this, and you can kind of see where it's going. It's just about getting it there. So get all this in here and you have to be very careful, because this stuff will fall out, the fist will fall out, and that's what I mean. Like, you gotta have it right where you need it. There you go. Make sure this is out of this way like that, and then you can figure out what you do with that mess. This you're gonna want to close up right now, but don't really, because it's gonna have to close on top, because there's tabs here and tabs there that go on these tabs right here. So now just get the nose cone together. You want to bring this down, and this goes underneath the window, kind of. Just get it into that notch. While I'm thinking about it, flip this up too. You don't want to wait, because then you'll forget and have to reach in there and get it out. And that's the hardest part. It's like, get it up under, and it only fits in a little space right there, and then these tab together. Once you do that, it's like together. So then you can start to put all this down. Move this back up, you might need to. Then you put this on top of here, and some tab that into there. Tab this into there. Tab this into there. Like this right here. Once you get this together, you can start to tab everything, and everything will start to make sense. Move this up. There's a tab here for a little tab, and then a tab here. Well, that tab don't really even do anything. It's just this tab right here, and then it tabs in up here to the nose cone piece. There you go. Do this one here. There's a hole in the tab. This tab is just like a retainer tab. Then this moves up into here. Move this. Can you see that? Move this up into there. You try to start to tab all this together. Tab this down here. Get this together. Kind of move it kind of like that. So this doesn't. Get that tabbed in there. Got over, under. I'm about to push one of those windows out, which is not great either. Here we go. Try to get this together like this. Over here, the same here. Got like over, under tabs, and then this tab that goes inner, and then this kind of inner, but push it together. Gotta kind of line it up. Like once you push it together, and then you should be able to just, it like clamps. So that's great that it does that. And last but not least is this right here. There's two holes right here that these go into. And you can, at first they seem kind of hard to do, but, and see, I would even worry. I mean, I know people will want, if they want it in train mode, they will want to get that perfect. It's supposed to look like this. I'm not fooling with it, but you can get it. I've gotten it the first time, but once you start messing with this, then stuff's gonna come undone, and then you have to go back, and then it's gonna be a mess, and I'm gonna have to take it off anyway to turn it into combine mode. So yeah, when you're doing this, the head just goes up in here, and you just gotta push this, you open these wheels. You know, of course, there's the thing here, but yeah, this is this works really well when it works. Just gotta get it in right. There you go. got it in. Yeah, so yeah, that's in there like swimwear. And here you are, train mode, which is kind of like, it's kind of like Yakuza, I guess, because they're brothers, but it's a little different. I wish I had them in train mode to compare, but I'm not transforming all three of those. This guy right here ain't too right. Yeah, you got the, it rolls, it turns like it's supposed to. See the front. Got the windows. Got the windows on the side. See, once you start messing with stuff, it's just all over. Then you got this thing right here. Plugs in up here. You want it on the train. Looks like it's flying. It probably could fly. I haven't found a place for this, which is weird. It seems like they would have a place. They had a place for all of them. I don't know if there's a storage under here or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, there we go. Give or take some panels not being squared up correctly. Take my word for it. You can get it if you want to spend hours trying to line up these panels 100% correct. It's possible. But I do like it. I like the train mode. I think all of them's been great with the three modes, all three modes, and this is no exception. Just for the few QC issues that I have, and take that with a grain of salt. If you have it in combine mode, I don't know if it'll be an issue, but it may be. So let's go to combine mode now. Now we just got to undo all this work. Undo that, fold this up, take this out of here, fold that down, fold this up again. I'll just leave it like that. Fold this down, fold this up like that. And get these out of here. Fold these back on itself like it was previously. Let's get all this stuff out of here. Open these bay doors. Open this. We gotta open this. Gotta undo this, of course. This is a very tight this is an over under, so have to be careful with that. Take these out of here. Here we go. There we go. Move this down. Then you can move this up here. So this is going to go up here like this. Of course, you would have the other half of the head should be on yours, hopefully. I'm not even going to fool with it. I'm just sticking on like this and pushing that down. And you can move this up here like that. So this right here, you just fold up like it was. Just like that. Fold this up like it was. And I moved this, used the waist swivel I mean the waist bend, crunch, whatever you want to call it, to get just that little bit of room, just so you can get this all situated. Because now what you're going to have to do is move these out like this, move this down like this, and then you want to move these so it's facing back, and the solid part, the train part, is facing front if you're looking at it like this. So again, you move this like this. You want to turn the whole leg like this in order to get that bend, because you're going to eventually bend it up. So that's how you know which way you have the leg. And then you can move this at the knee so the train part is facing the front. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it right in there. This thing right here, it's a little piece that pops out. So you want to get in there and try to get that out of here. See that piece? That piece will swing out. And this piece, that's not big enough for this piece, so it kind of scrapes. Kind of got to force it in there. And then all this stuff is going to come out and everything is going to be a mess again. So let's get that piece out. If you don't have a tool, oh man, I don't know what you're going to do. But you can see what I mean, how that piece is too big for it. But I guess it makes it tighter in the final position, but you just gotta force it in there. Now let's try to get this back in there like it should be. You might as well pull these pieces down. You can pull them down. I'm sure it's used to put on, and I will show that when I combine them, all of them. So I'm not going to be combining them today. Of course, they're not all transformed. I'm going to show some of that during the combination video. But yeah, you pull these down. You want to do it now while you're fooling with this stuff. Pull this down too. There we go. Get this one together as well. And that's where you want the head at. If you can see it, I was pushing it up too far. I don't know what I was on. But that's because it goes underneath, and then there's a peg that pegs into the two sides on the neck. There we go. And you can see that, and that peg kind of helps keep it together. So now for all these legs and stuff, so pull this out. That goes out like that. This goes out like that. There's a piece here you push in, and then you should be able to pull it out. On the other side again, where is it at? Right here. Push that in. There we go. Now over here, you pull this out, both sides. Pull this out and push this hole in, which is already pushed in. I don't know why on both sides it's pushed in. Usually I gotta push it out after. I hope ain't nothing fell out. I don't know. But anyway, Now you can move this up here like this, and you pretty much can see it's in. Oh no, never mind. That hole is there already. This is the hole I was talking about. So then you gotta push that in. I usually push it in a little bit. It'll be pushed in by the peg, but I usually like to push it in. And what it is that hole it's right here. So when you go to robot mode again, you just push it there, and it makes it go back in. But for now you move this up here, and now it hooks on to these 3 spots. So it's very, very sturdy. And they tell you to take this off. It does help a little bit, so I will do it. So you can take that off in order to get this in here properly. And you kind of put this one in first, right there. Once you get that in as far as you need it, then make sure this is where it needs to be. And then you can kind of like pull this forward and then flip that down. Then you can close this back up. And it's super, super sturdy, because this is where the arms go. You can pull this out here, connector peg, and then move this up in here like this. And it stays there. One side done. This side do the same thing. Put that in first. Then I'll make sure, let me take this off for now. Then I'll make sure this is where it needs to be. Pull this in and kind of push it forward. And you know you got it in the right, well, it won't go no farther once it's in the right place. But then when you can push that down, it's in the right place. Just move this up here like that. Put the thing back. This kind of just hangs out, not this. Bend this back like that and then put it up here like this. But this kind of hangs out here. I'm not sure where it goes. I couldn't tell. And this, you just move out here like this. There we go. Move that down there like that. I had this wrong. I don't know why. And you can put this together, like kind of tab it together. Just gives it a little uniform behind and hides all this. So then you hide that there. And then lastly, you bring in your chest shield. Move these pieces out, and then it has a magnet that sticks onto there, and the 2 pieces go into there. Sometimes it can get difficult to do. And have it like this. I just realized it goes into here. If you have it like this, if you turn it the other way, it doesn't. So let's get that back tabbed in, because that's even extra. So it's really, really solid. If you get it correct, really solid, not going anywhere. See what I mean? This goes up into there, so it gives it that extra. And you got all this down here. I'm guessing it hooks on to Iron Arm. I think that was his name. The lower portion. And yeah, here you go. This is the upper torso, which I think is really compact. It's a lot more compact than I thought it was going to be. I was wondering how they would handle that. I thought maybe pieces of them came off and hooked onto the back, and it was just like this part that hooked on. But it's cool that they made it like everything. The connectors, I forgot this connector, but That's more so combine mode when I get to that. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into anything about this guy, but you see it, what it looked like. So if you enjoyed this video, I know it was a long one. I thank you for joining me, and I thank you for watching until now, or if you skipped until now, or whatever you did until now. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I brought you some joy or maybe some help. So just help me out, like, subscribe, and share it. It helps tremendously. And please enjoy your day greatly. I'm out.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.